So to those countries that can't get fuel, many of which refuse to get involved in the decapitation of Iran, we had to do it ourselves. I have a suggestion. Number one, buy oil from the United States of America. We have plenty. We have so much. And number two, build up some delayed courage. Should have done it before. Should have done it with us, as we asked. Go to the strait and just take it, protect it, use it for yourselves. Iran has been essentially decimated. The hard part is done, so it should be easy. And in any event, when this conflict is over, the strait will open up naturally. It'll just open up naturally. They're going to want to be able to sell oil because that's all they have to try and rebuild. It will resume the flowing and the gas prices will rapidly come back.
Donald Trump had all the strategy, the plan on what he really wanted to achieve in the Middle East. And that is fighting the Islamic regime of Iran, the Islamic Revolution Guard Corps of Iran. And most people thought that he has lost. Even the Democrats and some of the people within the Congress thought that Trump has lost this war. But I like the surprise fact that Trump had from this war. He never wanted them to know what he would do next because I know he knew there are some moles into the Congress and the Democrats who might reveal the information to the enemy and the enemy will use it. So the best way Trump said or thought was, I'll be my own, I'll be myself. The few group of people who believes in what I'm doing, we will get this thing done the best way we think. And we'll be all silent to the next and next and next plans until something happens. Remember, before the war, Trump had a problem with NATO. He pulled out of World Health Organization because he knew there's a lot of corruption happening in between there. And the US was giving a lot of money to them. But again, the services that were meant to be given were not. And again, some other services were not something that was expected to be given. So he had a problem with them. And he thought of finding a strategy of trying to do things right. First, he came with ICE to make sure that the foreign aliens, people that he calls aliens, non-Americans, he calls aliens, are sent back to their own homes because he was reducing the pay amount. He was reducing the amount of people who drug users and illegal aliens who are not working, and even those who are working but they did not get themselves into America in the right way. He was doing away with them. He's still doing that, and that still hit strong to some other people, especially the Democrats and some other congressmen and congresswomen, and they called him out of the same, but that did not deter Trump from doing that. Remember, he came here and said he will make America great again. Making America great again meant a lot of things that most of the people did not understand. Making America great again was to make sure that America retains the American life, American standard, American everything. So American natives gets the higher place or are morely considered than any other person within the American sphere. That is making America great again. So that means most of the people who are not Americans getting back to their, who are not Americans and they're illegally in America, gets back to their own homes to establish their own homes. Yes, then came the Middle East faction. Most of people say that it's Netanyahu first who twisted Trump into this, but most of the videos that have been emerging from far away before Trump became even a politician, he was talking about dismantling the Iran because he knew Iran will become a major problem within the Middle East. But he's a businessman and he understood all these things. And because he wants to do business within the Middle East, and the only person that will stop him from doing the business within the Middle East will be the Iranian regime, that is Islamic regime of Iran, because they are not good people according to Trump, and they don't think logical according to Trump. So these people must be rooted out. And he felt like the American presidents by then were not doing their work, and he knew, I'll come in and I'll do this work perfectly. As I know, and yes, he came in and is doing that work perfectly. And all these things, most of people thought that he will end up failing miserably, but this guy had a plan, and the plan is working now. He knew that the US has been there for NATO countries, any countries led by NATO for long, supporting them and even giving the highest support to the NATO. And he really wanted to know, will this guy coward or will they courageously come to stand with the US? Remember, all these countries that the US supports in NATO have never stood with the US in anything. So the US was calling them putting them onto a call to see whether they will come into and help the US or not. And that is why Trump, during the opening of the Strait of Hormuz, he called them and told them, let's come and do our thing, because he really wanted to see them do that. Not that because the US could not do it, just because he wanted to see whether the NATO allies will come in to help the US. But most of them refused. And yeah, now the Strait of Hormuz is close to some of the ships, but the US has enough oil. So here's them. You guys, it's either you gather the late courage and go and pick your own fuel, jet fuel within the Strait of Hormuz, or you buy it in the US. We have plenty. We can sell some to you. This guy's crazy, yeah. Trump is crazy. He's a master of the trade and a master of the game, and some kind of crazy. And that is how it is. So when we tell you some things, we are not telling you what we don't know. We are telling you what we know. We may not be on the ground to see whatever is happening, but from whatever is happening, we can connect all the dots and get it right. And when we tell you something, we are telling you what you know. So when we tell you there is a plan and all that, and Trump and Netanyahu are meant or decided to root out the Islamic regime of Iran completely, they decided to do that, and there's nothing that's going to stop them until they are finished there, until they finish the objectives within the Middle East. So there will be a new Middle East, a very new Middle East. No persecutions of Christians, either by Christians or whatever tradition, that religion. That will be a free country, a free Middle East, and the business will be booming. Yeah, booming, booming, booming in that area. Booming in that area. A very good tourist attraction center. And we will all be going there. That is it. If you love my stories, why can't you just follow us? If you have a contradicting statement on this, why can't you leave it in the comment section and follow us so that we can continue interacting? I love you all. Bye.
Fury that we will continue until our objectives are fully achieved. Thanks to the progress we've made, I can say tonight that we are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly. We're going to hit them extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong. In the meantime, discussions are ongoing. Regime change was not our goal. We never said regime change, but regime change has occurred because of all of their original leaders' death. They're all dead. Their air force is in ruins. Their leaders, most of them, terrorist regime they led, are now dead. Their command and control of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps is being decimated as we speak. Their ability to launch missiles and drones is dramatically curtailed, and their weapons, factories, and rocket launchers are being blown to pieces. Very few of them left. Never in the history of warfare has an enemy suffered such clear and devastating large-scale losses in a matter of weeks. Our enemies are losing in America, as it has been for 5 years under my presidency, is winning, and now winning bigger than ever before.